Okay, hi everyone. As I promised today, I'm gonna show you how to use liner brush for a new design. So liner brush is like a very thin. They have so many length. They have 5 inches, 7 inches, 11 inches, 15 inches, 25 inches, depend on what design you need. Then you will pick the length accordingly. So when we first start with the liner brush, is we need to practice the foundation stroke first. So here we go. I'm going to take some white paint. Okay, now with the liner brush, it depends on what you design. The way you take up the paint is different. Okay, for example, if you want to design something that have a little bit like a raindrop, you take the paint that is on top of the paintbrush, on the tip of the paintbrush, there's kind of like a drop of paint there. So that is when you create kind of raindrop design. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. So you take a little bit on the top of your paintbrush. So kind of, this is the trick. Sometimes when you learn painting, you say it's too hard. The most important one is you learn how to pick up the paint. So first, some drop of paint on my top of my paintbrush. Okay, so here we go. I want the top. So first stroke you want to learn is like raindrop going down. Okay, it's almost like a flower petal. So that is too much paint on the body of my brush. So I took it off and try again. Just a little drop. So you want to practice this first. Just a little drop at the top, going down. Okay, so that's going down. Similarly, you want to practice that it's going up. So, sorry if I'm gonna block your view, block your view, but here we go. Down, pull, gentle, and lift. Right? So a little bit raindrop at the tip of your brush. Down, pull. Okay, tip of your paintbrush, like you see, there's like a little drop there, right at the top of your paintbrush. Push it down, release that raindrop, and go back. Okay, so you go. You see here, it went too much paint on my brush. It create a mess. So when you paint and you see that it's too thick, clean your brush the way I did. Just pull it until there's no more paint on the paintbrush. Thinner, and then to get the drop. Okay. Again, now you can learn it sideways. 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 This way. And same thing on this side. This way. Okay. Now, you're gonna learn the curve. The curve. Okay, so try it again. Okay, I'm gonna go here, up, down. Okay, and then you want to do the same thing on the other side. Okay. So practice this way on the side, on the bottom up and top down. Now this is the raindrop brush. Okay, now you're gonna learn to pull. If you make a line, you don't want that raindrop at the top, at the tip of your brush. You want your brush as thin as possible. So when you want to learn to make a line, you anchor with the pinky first. Down, lay down your brush and lay flat your brush down. So you're not gonna be 45 degrees anymore. You're gonna go straight parallel with the surface of the nail. Okay, so try again. Okay, down, lay it down. See that? One more time. Put the tip down, lay down your brush, let the brush do the work for you. Okay, then sideways. Okay, and then you want to do diagonal. So here we go. Lay down your brush, lay it down, pull it. Okay, this way. So now you see that I do not take up the raindrop on the tip of my brush anymore. So go this way. Okay. There. Okay. So here is the basic stroke. When you have time, just practice it. Now what can we design with this stroke? Okay. Now look at this one. Oh, and one more thing. I want to also introduce you with the ball tip, this one. Okay. So this one, usually I use it with my paintbrush, liner brush. It's a really good tool to make flower. They have so many use. So one of this can be, what I was thinking of. I forget what it, oh, let's make a heart. So you make one drop here, one right next to it. You see it? Now you get your paintbrush, pull it down. And you have a perfect heart. Isn't that cute? Okay, now from the basic stroke and skill, we're gonna go to design some of the nail. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this one. Okay, now another one of it is you take a lot of paint. Okay, and then that if you want a thicker line, you take more paint. And okay, that I usually use to make my leaf. Okay, that is when I make leaf. Okay, and then small line here. Where's my black? Okay, let me try this one for black. Yeah. Okay, gonna go try and make a line. Not enough paint. Okay, I'm trying again. Okay, I don't really like it. I don't have enough paint on my brush. Okay, that You know what flower I'm making? Okay. Then I want to have one more. Okay. Okay. And then a little bit of white. There. See, it's so cute. Okay, I want a raindrop on my paintbrush. Okay, go down and out. Yay, yay. There. Okay, I'm gonna actually draw this design on our nail. Okay, so let's see. I have one kind of yellow pastel nail here, so I'm gonna do exactly this on here. Okay, now I need this green color and then white. You can go and buy liner brush in the bottle like this. Okay, they coming with a really long brush, right? So first you need to really clean up the top part of the brush, because you do not want all of that paint dropping down when you're painting. Okay, so here what I'm gonna do, okay, here we go. You see, now I have kind of like a drop on my brush. Okay, so that I'm gonna create the leaf. Just there. There. Either one. Okay, now this part I want it very thin, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna clean up all of the paint on my brush, then no more raindrop. I'm gonna go make that curved line without the drop. Got it? So here we go. There. One another one. A little bit. Which way? This way? No, same way. Okay, and I want it to go down. There we go. Go in that leaf. I want it to make it a little bit thinner. Okay, see that? Just a little bit pull. Make your flower more elegant. Alright, got it. Okay, I'm gonna put it in for 30 seconds, okay? Here we go. That is one of the design. Another design I want to show you, which is one of my favorite flower. Okay. I need to clean it. No, I don't want to clean it because I want you to remember the okay, here we go. you're gonna make. I think that one is ready. Okay, so this is ready. Now we're gonna add in the little white flower, which is, I want a little drop. Okay, not too much. Okay, one little drop. Can you see it? I hope you can see. And the tip of the flower, you want to pull it out a little bit, look like a bell, right? Okay, I'm gonna do one more here. There. Same thing at the top. One here. There. Teeny tiny drop at the top here. There. And then one more here. There. Isn't that so cute? I want it to be okay. Actually, okay. I want some drop. Just little drop. Cause it's a little bit empty. I want this one to be bigger. I want this one to be bigger a little bit. There. Okay. Okay, I want this one to be bigger as well. Good. And good. Okay. And I want a little bit more dots because I feel too empty for the white compared to the green. So there we go. I go in for 30 seconds and we're done. Okay. Now, another flower that we can make using this light brush with for summer. Hibiscus, I'm not sure how they call it in English, but here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have 5 dots. Okay, so at the previous video, I said head, leg, arm. Okay, if you think it this way, your flower gonna be always like balanced. Okay, so now on beside of each of those dots, I'm gonna create 2. 1, 2, like a triangle, right? So again, 1, 2, a little bit under it. Okay, 1, 2. Again, 1, 2. 1, 2. And then you want it to have like a triangle shape. See that? Now, one in the middle. Ready? This is my favorite flower for summer design. You're gonna need a liner brush, but much smaller. This one is way too big to pull it. Okay, so I'm gonna change it to the smaller liner brush. Same thing I'm gonna do. Get some paint. Okay, and I do not want too much paint on my brush. Add little paint. Okay, so now from that triangle, you pull it in. Pull it in toward your dot. Toward your dot. Okay, so again, pull it in, cover your dot, and then make a couple lines in between. Isn't that cute? There. Oh, I put my hand here so it make a mess. Anyway, so remember I told you you have to learn on the bottom up. This is when you do it, right? You cannot turn the customer hand around. You need to be able to move your hand and flexible with the line. There, so cute. Now, if you want, you can give it a little line to go in and then dot around it. Create very tiny little dot around it. Hibiscus flower. Right? This design is very famous in summer, especially if you're designing for beach theme, right? So let's check our flower. Here we go. Isn't it so cute? What I need to do now is I just need to connect the flower to the stem. Okay, not too much paint on my brush, and have to be very careful. Little dot to connect it, little dot to connect it. There. Little dot to connect it. This paintbrush have a little line there. What is driving me crazy? Okay. I make a mistake with that brush. Okay. And this brush, I can't work with that brush. It has a little tail on it. I'm gonna go with my liner brush again. So what I'm gonna do, clean this, because I already cured it, so when I make a mess, I'm just simply clean it like that. Okay, now I'm gonna take this little pen here. There. I do not like the brush on this bottle. It has the little hair at the edge that it really not allow me to paint. Here we go. Much better. So you create the connection from the stem to your flower. You put a little line to cover up, like this one. Little line. There. Much better than the other brush. Give me no problem. I can pull, I can tell it to work the way I want it. It go where I want it to go. Okay, isn't that so cute? So this is if you have customer in May birthday.